they just tell the program to run forever, and that can cause problems, obviously. I mean, you don't want something to just continually run until the world ends, because it'll blow up your computer before that happens. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's okay. It's not going to do anything now, and it will be run on uh, through a browser. So you're obviously going to be able to, break out of the browser by Control Alt Delete if absolutely necessary. It's not the end of the world like I'm saying right now. But usually you don't want to use while true loops. But basically, if you wanted to break out of this, then you would have like a counter in here, say like x plus 1. So like what happens is everything in here, while x is less than 5, it runs through it. And if x is less than 5 still, by the time that it gets here to the endpoint, then it goes through it again and again and again until x equals 5. Or, well, x equals 4. 5. Yeah, my bad. 5. Or, right after 5, whatever. So this little counter here would add 1 to x, so it would only go through this 4 times. It would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when it hits 5, it breaks out, and then it continues. So, but that's just a side note for the beginners, which is what this is for. Okay, so we're going to keep this at while true. And what were we doing? Okay, repaint, then we try, and blah, 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 blah. Try was a thread.sleep. 20. Okay, and then we set our prioritization. Exactly. Okay, so basically what this does is while true, so this is while this program is running, while your browser is open, basically, we call the repaint function, which is a function that comes with either applet or AWT, I don't know, but it's something that basically clears the screen. It repaints your screen, your area that is being drawn to. And I will actually get into that a little bit later with the thread sleep here as well. Let me do that after we get to our paint function. So public void paint. Oh, draw, actually, my bad guys. Draw is going to be paint. Go figure. It really doesn't matter, actually. I think this is actually a user definition. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it is. And I will let you guys know next tutorial for sure. But anyway, we have public void paint, which takes graphics that we have stored at G, and we are going to set a color and fill an oval. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Let's see. Some little idiosyncrasies of this program kind of piss me off. Okay, so what Paint does here is it takes a graphics handler, G, which, again, it's not that big a deal. Basically, we take this and we do something with it. We paint. So we're going to take our graphics handler, G, and we're going to set a color. So that means that whatever we're using with G is going to have this color, and the color is red. And then down here we have a oval fill, and the oval fill has 4 parameters, and they're all separated by commas here, so you can see them all. It may look a little confusing right now, but basically what they take is your center XY position right here. So we have xpos minus radius, ypos minus radius, 2 times the radius, and then 2 times the radius again. This first parameter is your x position, the second one is your y position, and then the final 2 define your diameter, obviously. 2r equals d, which you learned from, what, geometry? I don't know, something like that. These I'm gonna have to look up the definition of oval because this is slightly confusing to me. I don't know why we're subtracting the radius from the x position, which is defined up here at 150. So whatever our radius is 20. Our x position is going to subtract 20, so 150 minus 20 is 130. That's going to be our value here, and it's going to be the same here, 130 and 130, and then it defines the diameter twice. Now, the reason why it's doing that is because it's an oval over here. So, like, it's taking two diameters because drawing an oval, you can take two different types, and it'll create like an ellipses or whatever. But I still don't quite understand why we're subtracting this radius, and I think it's because of this guy's poor programming practices, to be honest. But anyway, moving along. Okay, this is actually going to go ahead and move this guy. We could keep it like this, and it would run and just draw a circle, but we're going to go ahead and make the circle move. So this is going to go into our while loop, and we are going to throw in... We're going to let it repaint once, and then we're going to throw down an x underscore POS plus or equal to 1. So what this is going to do is when this while loop is run, we're going to clear the screen, which is basically, you know, we saw the white screen in the last tutorial. It's going to create another white screen on top of it. And then it actually, this run method calls the paint method. So you don't have to throw that in here. It's happening. But anyway, while this is running, it will constantly be adding 1 to our position. So when it runs through one time, it'll be 151, and then it'll be 152, and then 153, and so on and so forth for infinity. The reason why we call this thread.sleep, and this is actually in milliseconds here, so this is like 0.02 seconds, is because we don't want this to fly like as fast as the computer can compute. This would add 1 to our x position, like it would add like 700,000 in 1 second, so you wouldn't even see it. So this tells it to sleep for 20 seconds, and then what that does basically is it's going to run through this, and it'll run through this while loop like crazy fast. It's a computer. It goes like fucking lightning speed. But once it gets here, it pauses for 20 milliseconds, and then it goes again. And then it comes back up here, pauses for 20 seconds, and then goes again. So that's making it, it's giving us the illusion that the ball is going to be kind of going a little bit slower. So that really should be it. Let's go ahead and hit compile here. Compilation is complete, and let's see if this is going to work in the run. Uh-oh. Our ball does not want to move. That's not good. Why are you not moving, you son of a bitch? Maybe. Just maybe I'm an idiot. Let's see. Nope. Doesn't have to do with that. That's where our ball is, but he doesn't want to move. So let's find out what I am doing wrong. This will happen, and this is actually where you guys are getting a very good perspective that a lot of people don't get. We're going to... I get to go ahead and find out what I did wrong and why it's not working. I mean, I'm following a tutorial here, so this is kind of sad. Like, I can't even get this running, really? Really? FML. What the hell? Everything should be fine. This will happen a lot, by the way. While you're coding, you're going to say, oh, this is awesome. I can't wait to hit compile and do, oh, wait, what? Really? Really? It doesn't work, really? Thread should be working. It started. While loop. repaint. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead. Let's say that this is a tutorial for drawing a red ball. I will look into this because I think I'm hitting like 15 minutes again. And we will get back to this. Unless I can like come up with a genius solve. No. Alright, whatever. Let's just go ahead and call it a day. That is how to draw a red ball and how to create a function or a method that should move the ball, but it doesn't. So we will go ahead and fix that in the next tutorial, and then we'll move on and do some other cool stuff. So I'll see you guys next time.